Hello, it's Natasha and welcome to week 3. This week we will be looking at audio and video materials. Here are our weekly objectives. We will have some materials to study, some presentations to look at, some texts to read. We will discuss and share our own ideas on how we can use audio and video in the classroom. We will explore 3 video platforms and then several audio platforms, and we will also explore Animoto, PhotoPitch and Prezi, which create amazing presentations. And we will have 2 creative tasks this week. So it's a challenging week, but it's also very empowering. And hopefully you will have new materials to use with your students right after the week is over. And let's break it down, shall we? So the video I'm recording right now is going to be here. This is an old video that will be replaced by the one I'm recording now, and it will be right here. So these are our weekly tasks. Task 1, why do we use audio and why do we use video in the classroom? Here is an old recording of mine. It was created for an online course I was taking back then, and you will notice that the sound quality is kind of poor, but I still agree with everything I said here about why it is a good idea for teachers to create their own audio rather than use someone else's. And then here is a Prezi presentation about why we should use videos in the classroom. Here, I suppose I was trying to make you laugh more than anything, but there are also some ideas that you can take from here. And then, not just do you agree with the ideas expressed in both presentations, but please share your own ideas about how you use audio and video in the classroom and why you use audio and video in the classroom. The link is telling you where you should go. So if you look at, this is week 3, classwork in our Google Classroom. Here are your weekly tasks. By now you know how to use Google Classroom, and hopefully you're feeling comfortable using it. If you want or need some more ideas, here are our weekly readings, mostly on using video. Task 2, podcasting platforms. We're talking about recording audio, recording sound. So a podcasting platform is a platform where you can upload your audio and leave it there for others to hear and download. So these days it's very easy to record audio. All you need is your phone and the microphone maybe. And these platforms also give you the option of recording straight from the platform. So here is a tutorial which compares 3 podcasting platforms: SoundCloud, Buzzsprout and Podbean. And you will notice there are 2 more. VoiceThread. VoiceThread is lovely, it's very interactive, but it is a bit complex. So if you want to check it out, here are some tutorials. This message was recorded in VoiceThread, and if you wanted to post a comment to it, you could simply record your comment and then there would be a conversation here. But for us, for the certificate, you just need to look at VoiceThread and that's all. Voki is something completely different. Here is an example. If you go here, you will see me, you will hear my voice, but instead of my picture you will see a black cat. And so what Voki does is it lets you turn yourself into cartoon character and, you know, kind of change your persona. So it is lovely. It's very engaging for students, especially for young learners. I'm sure you will immediately see its potential. The free account is very limited. You can talk for 1 minute, and you have a limited number of presentations. So it could be as low as three recordings, but then you just go and delete something. That's what we all do. You delete your old recordings and create a new one. Okay, so your first creative task this week is to create an audio message and to share the link in our Google Classroom using one of the tools listed here. So make sure it is your own voice, please. So record your own voice. Please do not share other people's audio because we could be breaking copyright law. We do not want that. And instead, we want to hear you speak. That's going to bring us closer to each other. And don't worry about mistakes and blunders. I'm making them all the time. I made quite a lot of them in this very video. We are all human, and perfection is boring. So now we are moving on to video. Task 3 is actually exploring other people's videos. You don't need to create your own video. 3 platforms: ESL Video, YouTube, and Vimeo. I'm sure you are all familiar with YouTube. You might not be as familiar with Vimeo, but it's a very potentially very powerful alternative. So here is an example on how to use video in the classroom. It's a very motivational video, and this is a blog post. The ideas are mine, so feel free to use them in your classroom if you find this useful. And then here, Sneža and I created a collection of video clips. So this is a Google Doc. And here are some interesting video clips to look at. And here are some collections of clips to choose from. So you can, for your next activity, you can choose one of these clips, or you can choose a clip of your own. Maybe you have a favorite video clip. But either way, choose a clip, any clip you like. And look at section D. It says, find the clip you could use in the classroom and post the link in our Google Classroom with a short lesson idea. So just say how you would use it. And as I said, you can choose from our collection, or you can choose a clip of your own. If you want to also leave the link to your own clip here, you will then help people who are coming after you. You don't have to do that, but it's very, very easy. You just insert the link. It's right here. Insert link. But that's not necessary. It's optional. But this task is not optional. Click on the Google Classroom link. Share your clip and say how you would use it with your students or why you like it. So far I've just talked about YouTube and Vimeo, and I've ignored the third option, so I will focus on ESL Video right now. ESL Video is a platform created by teachers for teachers and for students. So these people took usually someone else's YouTube clips, and then they created quizzes. So this one, it's actually the first one I opened. This one seems to be testing grammar. As you can see, there are ABC questions. But you could also create traditional listening comprehension exercises, which are great, because then the students listen and watch the clip, and they do the interactive web exercise right on the website. Your task for this week is to choose a video clip. So that's task D. So you can choose a video clip either on ESL Video or on YouTube or on Vimeo, share it with a group and say how you would use it. I'm sorry I keep repeating myself, but I want to make this absolutely clear. However, connected to ESL Video, there's an optional task. If you decide to explore ESL Video further, you can open an account and create a quiz yourself. So you need to register and then create a quiz. So, sorry for this. But this creative task can replace another creative task in this week. But you don't have to do it because it's optional. Okay, task 4. The most creative task of the week, amazing presentations. So you have to choose. There's Animoto, PhotoPitch, and Prezi. And depending on what you choose, your presentation will either look more like a clip if you choose Animoto, or like a quiz if you choose PhotoPitch, or like a presentation if you choose Prezi. So here is Sneža's presentation with the instructions for this task. Choose one, I repeat, one of these tools, Animoto, PhotoPitch or Prezi, and create a presentation that you can use with your students. And of course, share it in our Google Classroom, and of course, comment on at least one presentation created by a fellow participant. Now, first you will learn about Animoto. There are 2 tutorials which are really important. So watch the tutorials. There's also a blog post on how you could use Animoto in the classroom. The first tutorial is really, really important. This is Sneža's tutorial on how to apply for a free educator's account. So watch it very carefully. And if you decide to apply for the free educator's account, then watch it again and do it step by step, you know. Pause the video, then do what the video says, because believe me, getting an educator's account is not intuitive. So it is a bit involved, but it is a really good thing. Everybody can open a free account, and this allows you to create very short clips, I believe something like 30 seconds. But as an educator, you can record much longer clips, and you can even bring your students in to collaborate with you. So watch this tutorial multiple times if you decide to open an educator's account. The second tutorial looks at using Animoto. So now that you've got an educator's account, how do you create an Animoto clip? It's not complicated, believe me. And the result is absolutely amazing. If I had to choose just one tool out of all tools that we did in this course, I would choose Animoto. I mean, it's my favorite tool. And here is a blog post about how to use Animoto, and it's not exhaustive. There are even more ways that you can use it. Sky is the limit. All you need is a bit of creativity. Option B is PhotoPitch, really easy to use, and you can insert quiz questions, or you can create a traditional slideshow. Sneža has created both tutorials. She has used PhotoPitch much more than I have. So here are your tutorials, and I think you will find PhotoPitch relatively straightforward, and it's not complicated. Just if I remember correctly, I think you need to use either Internet Explorer or Mozilla, because this won't work from Google Chrome. So if you get stuck with PhotoPitch, just change your search engine. That's all it takes. Okay, and finally, if you're brave, no, I'm joking, if you want something more challenging, you can go and create a Prezi presentation. It is a bit more complex, not because it's that hard to use, but Prezi kind of gives you it gives you a layout, and then you have to follow the layout. Creating from scratch is possible, but it is not for beginners. So you will see if you remember the presentation I created at the top of the page, this one, why use videos in the classroom. There's a picture of the human brain, and I worked with that image. I looked at the image and it gave me ideas. So that's how you kind of work with Prezi. You choose a template, and then you work with that template, and then ideas come, because working from scratch is really not for beginners, but it is possible. Okay. So 2 tutorials, one for Prezi Classic, one for Prezi Next. Prezi Next is like the next generation, but I believe it's not completely free. I believe the number of presentations you can create in Next is limited. However, both are great, so look at both and choose whichever. And that brings us to the end of this, to the end of the page. Can you believe it? Yeah, this is probably the most challenging week. After you finish week 3, everything will be downhill from there. So don't take this, don't panic. Just follow the tasks one by one, the way I did in this tutorial. And of course, don't forget you can always ask for help or clarification. Both Sneža and I are just one click away. So that's all from me now. Bye for now, and see you. I guess next time you hear me speak, it will be face to face, unless you count the pre-recorded tutorials that are all over this page. But this is my last weekly intro, and I can't wait to meet you all. So bye for now, and see you.